Friends, are you having trouble getting fit or staying fit after 40 or heaven forbid after 50? Well, have no fear. I have a list of easy tips and tricks for you to follow to either get fit or if you're already fit to stay fit after a certain age. And I have a simple body weight workout that we can do together. So with no further ado, let's get into the video. Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Y'all, I know this is weird. I know we don't usually start our videos out here just cool chilling on the swingy chair, but today we're gonna. And I'm gonna tell you why as soon as you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. So as usual, we have running around to do. We got places to go. We got people to see, but y'all, it is the holiday weekend. The air show's in town, and I just don't want to deal with it. There's gonna be traffic out there, and I know. It's teeny tiny, what am I, in the Northwest, Midwest, out in the West? It's out in the West traffic, but I don't care. I'm spoiled now and I don't want to deal with it, so I'm not going out there. So I thought we would sit out here for a minute and have a little conversation, but then I remembered, I'm gonna shoot a video, well, I'm gonna shoot some footage and show y'all, because you probably can't see, like even if I turned you around, you can't see, but there is a bird's nest up there where a robin has had at least 2, if not 3 babies. The felons just took off barking. I should probably get them. But a robin has had 2 or 3 babies up there, and she is out of her nest because I'm sitting out here, so I can't stay here long. But I gotta tell y'all a funny story on the, well, 2 funny stories on the internet. I just thought of another one. And then I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna go do it. So the robin comes back to that same spot every year, and it's the light that's like, it's a spot above the light right over there, which you will have seen by now. But anyway, so last year or year before, the intern got all nervous when he saw the babies up there. Because you know how baby birds do. They like get all like this and like poke their little heads out when mama's out of the nest trying to look for her and get some food. Well, he got all nervous because I mean, it's got to be, I don't know, 8, 10 foot. I mean, I'm short and it's high. That's all I know. Like it's a big drop from their nest to the concrete floor underneath. So the intern, I mean, I don't know, he got all worried. So he put the trash, first he was all mad because of course all they do is eat and poop. So they poop like all down the house. So he was all mad about that. Well, then he saw those cute little like alien looking birds. And then he was all worried about one of them was gonna fall out of the nest. So he put the trash cans up underneath their nest with like one of these cushions on it so that if they fell, they would hit the cushion and not get hurt. I know, so sweet. And then, this is a completely random other story that I thought of on the intern. So today's Friday, so Tuesday, I guess, the day that, if y'all saw my June reading wrap-up video, the day that I shot that, which you'll know, he was homesick. So he never sits on the couch, never watches TV in there, but he was just posted up on the couch all day watching TV. Well, Furry Felon Bo was starting not to feel well also, completely unrelated, I believe. But so I was sitting on the couch with the intern and he got up to go to the restroom and came back, and Furry Felon Bo had gotten up from sitting beside me and laid like stretched out in the intern's place and just went sound asleep. And there goes the Felon Bo's about to run by. But Bo had been just pacing around, couldn't get comfortable, was just like coughing and hacking and just wasn't feeling well. Well, so he stretched out in the intern spot and went sound asleep. So when the intern came back from the bathroom, he just stood there for like 45 seconds, just staring at the dog and was like, ugh. And I was like, well, I can move him. Like, what is your damage? Like, it's no big deal. He said, well, he's finally comfortable. I'm not going to make him move. And the intern went and watched TV in his office instead of making that little sweet dog move out of his spot, which I thought was the cutest thing ever. So anyway, just thought of that. So the point of all of that was that I can't sit out here because while I'm here, the mama bird she's probably like hopping around looking at me. You can probably maybe see her in the background somewhere, but she's not going to come back to those babies while I'm sitting out here. So we can't sit out here and talk, but let me just tell y'all what we're going to talk about, and then we'll talk about it elsewhere. So I heard, so I was talking to a friend on his like online radio show the other day, and I was saying something about like, I was riding the bike, doing a workout while we were talking. I was saying something about being old. And he's like, oh, you know, age is just a number, blah, blah. And I was like, uh-huh. Says somebody that's in denial about their age, because like I understand that whole idea that, you know, you're only as old as you feel or whatever. But I don't know about for men, because I ain't never been a man of a certain age, but for women, at certain ages, certain things about your body change, and things just change, and you have to think about things differently. So I want to talk about that today, about how we women over 40, and y'all do not come for me, because I know you're like, over 40, girl, you over 50. I know. We can talk about greater than, less thans in a number line, because if the number is greater than 50, it's also greater than 40, so y'all settle down. But anyway, I want to talk about the things that we need to be aware of as we get older and are trying to be fit. And one of the things I want to talk about, I really do need to get those felons, because I have a food order coming. Like I ordered my groceries for delivery instead of going to get them. I know, but anyway, one of the things that I want to talk about is doing body weight exercises, which I need to be doing. I mean, I lift weights too, but I need to be doing more body weight exercises. So what I'm going to do, and y'all, I'm going to say this fast before I back out, is I'm going to do a body weight exercise, but I'm actually going to walk y'all through the like exercises, like the moves in the exercise or in the workout as I do them. So instead of showing you like sort of a sped up version of my whole workout, I'm going to give you the actual moves in the workout so that you can do them. Now, before we do all that, oh, it's the UPS man. All right, hang on. I'll be right back. All right, they have no interest in the brown man, and I have no idea where I was in my caveat, so I'm just going to say, I want to put this caveat out there before, because next I'm going to go change my clothes and we're going to get out in the garage and do our workout. But I just want to say, y'all, I am not a trainer. I'm not no kind of nothing except somebody that does workouts. So I'm going to show you what I do, and I will tell you the exercises that we're doing. But maybe, you know, if you don't know how to do it, like maybe refer to some kind of how-to video or something instead of just watching me do it. All right. So, and did y'all see Mama Robin? I just saw Mama Robin hopping around back there. So let's go inside. Let me get changed and let's go do that workout. And I have no idea even how I'm going to film this thing. Y'all, why are we doing this? I don't know, but we're going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead of time and apologize if I sound like the soundtrack of a naughty movie when I'm trying to like talk through my workout. So let's just go do this. All right, so I'll see y'all out there. All right, y'all. I've about analysis to paralysis myself to death with this thing. I've talked myself into and out of it like 5 times. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go and do it. I don't know how this audio is gonna work out, so I might end up just doing a voiceover, but I have multiple cameras set up so I can get just this whole dumpster fire from different angles. But here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start off with just a quick little warm up. I'm gonna just get into a plank, and from there, so get into a plank however it works for you. You can do a rollout. I'm just gonna go straight into a plank. So you can do either a full-on plank, you can do a forearm plank, you can do a modified plank on your knees. Just get yourselves into a plank and do that. Well, you know what? I'll put the times in the description. So we're gonna do I think it's a 4 move set, and you'll go through the set 3 times. So start off in a good solid plank, and then once you feel warmed up, you're gonna switch over onto your back, and we're gonna go through a reverse crunch, figure 4 crunches, bicycles, and then a mountain climber. And y'all, mountain climbers are great, and I hate them. So let me turn, I don't think I'm gonna use this camera at all after this, but I'm gonna turn it this way. So from here, let's go straight into that reverse crunch. So get on your back, and you're gonna go, so hang on. If you're in a gym, I'm gonna put my monkey face kettlebell behind me. And you can do this a number of ways. If you have a bench, like a workout bench, and you can hold on to that, that's great. My monkey face kettlebell's too close to me now. So if you have something behind you that you can hold on to, that's fabulous. If not, you can do your hands beside you, but you're gonna go up and out and up. So poke a hole in the ceiling, poke a hole in the wall, poke a hole in the ceiling, poke a hole in the wall, poke a hole in the ceiling, poke a hole in the wall. And that's gonna get your upper abs and your lower abs. Upper abs, lower abs. So we're gonna do reverse crunches, and then from there, we're gonna transition into a figure 4 crunch. So cross your legs, one leg down, you're gonna cross the other leg over in a figure 4, and we're just gonna crunch. Now here, you don't wanna crunch up and look in between your legs. You wanna crunch up towards the ceiling. So up, 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 up. And then, so we're gonna, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put the times in the description, but you're gonna do that for 30 seconds, and then just switch legs. And then up, up, up. Then we're gonna transition. Oh no, then we're gonna do bicycle crunches. Now, I do my bicycles too fast, I know I do, but so you're just gonna do opposite elbow to opposite knee. And the lower down you get your feet, the harder you're gonna work. From there, remember to breathe, y'all. You're gonna transition over into some mountain climbers. Oops, I gotta move my monkey face. Now, mountain climbers, you can do fast or slow. Mountain climbers can be a great little burst of cardio if you do them quickly, but typically, by the time I do this workout, I've already done my cardio for the day and I'm about to get on the bike before we go back inside. So I'm gonna get me some more actual cardio. So I'm not gonna do these quickly, but you can pick up the pace and get your heart going, or you can just, sorry, I know my necklace is clanking now. So you can pick up the pace, or you can just take it slow. You can also do cross mountain climbers. Get those obliques in there. And that's it, y'all. Whew. Do a little child's pose and stretch it out, and we out. So I'm gonna jump on the bike, do a little quick ride, work this thing out, and I'll see y'all inside. We're gonna make some stuff, and we're gonna talk through our list of ways to stay fit after 40 or after 50, you smart mouths. So I'll see y'all inside. Y'all, I just got full on smoked in that ride. I don't know who thought it was a good idea for me to do, oh, just a quick 10 miles in this heat and humidity. But it was a bad idea, and whoever thought it was a good idea is no longer in charge of making decisions for us. So anyway, all right, I'm done complaining. So I'll tell you what, let me get my hair off this microphone. There's a couple things I want to make. It is Independence Day here in America, so I need to do this with a bit of a quickness because we have places to go and people to actually see this afternoon for some festivities. So let me get cleaned up a bit, let me get us set up, and there's two things I want to make. One of them I want to try, like I have an idea and I just want to see if it's any good. And y'all, I know, if you're not like, if you don't have an actual visceral reaction when I say things like that, you have not been around here very long, because we're about, what would you say, about 60-40? Okay, maybe 40-60. Like 40% of me winning the things that I say I want to try that I think might be good, that 60% of them turn out not to be so good, but we're going to try it today. There's something that I want to try, and then something we're going to make that we know is good. So let me get at least a little bit cleaned up. Let me get out of these sweaty togs, and I'll be back and we'll make some stuff. We'll go over my list of things that we need to do to stay fit. Now that we're of a certain age, then I'm going to go off and I'm going to celebrate my independence. So I'll be back in a minute, y'all. All right, friends. let's get into something over here. So I cleaned up a bit. I ate some watermelon. The furry felons and I shared some strawberries. I got myself a purple electrolyte drink. So I'm gonna work my way through that whilst we make some stuff. Oh, and hang on. I forgot why we're even here. I have my list that I'm gonna share with y'all of things that we can do as, well, I was gonna say people of a certain age. This is specifically for women of a certain age. Fellas, if you're watching, let us know in the comments if these are the kind of things that you gotta kind of keep up with too. But for women of a certain age, things that we can do to stay fit as, you know, we work our way into a certain age. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna make some stuff. And so first, I'm gonna try something. And then, you know what, let me take off. I'm gonna start by taking off my Kris Kringle jingle bracelet because I know it's clanky and it drives early morning editing Danielle crazy trying to get rid of the sound. So we're just gonna take that off. But so I'm gonna make something and then we're gonna make our one bite brownies because I haven't made those in a while, and the intern is off running around today. And so I want to have a little treat for him. But first, did I tell y'all that I made meatball subs the other day? Oh my word, were they good. So I had some not all that lean hamburger in the freezer. So I bought, there's a hair stuck to my lip and it's driving me crazy. So I bought lean hamburger and mixed it together. And I made some big meatballs and then some like little regular size meatballs like we normally eat. And then the big meatballs, the intern had his on these nice like squishy sub buns. And I just had mine just plain old like with my sides. And I was thinking, I wish I had some that skinny pizza dough that we make. I wish I had some of that I could like make into some kind of meatball thing. So guess what I made yesterday? I made some skinny pizza dough, which I made that last week. So we're not gonna go through all that again, but I made my skinny pizza dough and y'all, I made half of it sweet. Why is there something in my flour? I made half of it sweet so I can make funnel cakes because you know I messed that up last week. So it has been rising. Like I left it sit in the microwave like you're supposed to rise yesterday. And then I just stuck the whole bowl in a Ziploc bag overnight in the fridge. So now it's ready to go. That's a lot of flour I put on there, but here's what I want to try. Might be good, might be awful, you never know. I want to try, here are my meatballs. And I heated those up just a little bit, just because they've been like in the cold. This dough is cold too though. I should have left my dough sit out and let it warm up, but we had too much going on. I didn't think about it. So I'm gonna make balls and then put my meatballs in my dough balls and throw them in the air fryer and just see what comes out. So while we're doing that, so as I'm doing this, let's start working our way through our list. And y'all, this list is not very long. There aren't a whole lot of things aside from like our regular fitness stuff that I feel like we need to worry about. But the things that I do want to talk about, I feel like are kind of important. And the first thing is incorporate daily aerobic activity into your life. And that's going to look different. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make these balls and I'm going to just throw them in I've already lined my air fryer basket with some parchment paper. So I'm just going to do that while I'm talking. So anyway, daily aerobic activity. Now, I know y'all are like, child, we are not going to be out there running, walking, doing whatever like you do for 110 minutes a day. I know. Y'all, look, we know I'm crazy, but it doesn't have to be all nuts. It doesn't have to be, none of what you do has to be extreme. Do, walk, do stairs. If you have a bicycle, ride your bike. Do whatever it is, dance cardio, whatever kind of cardio you like to do just a little bit of aerobic activity. And you don't have to do it all at once. Take, a short walk a couple times a day, because I know that, Lord have mercy, do I know that schedules can get tight fast. Y'all know I break up do y'all know this? Y'all know this. I break up my workouts. Now I'm doing 2 or 3 different workouts in the day because that's just how my schedule works. So break up your aerobic activity throughout the day. And, if it's a swim in the morning, and then, if you have time for a walk in the afternoon, do that. And then whatever, a quick little bike ride at night, like a nice little bike ride through the neighborhood at night, do that, but get some aerobic exercise in. You can do body weight activity like we just did. Now, I don't know if that workout that I did is hard or not. This is getting sticky. I thought I put so much flour on here. Now I need more flour. But do some kind of body weight strength training, or like weight strength training 3 times a week if you can. And here's why. Because muscle mass and bone density, sorry, this is really getting sticky. Muscle mass and bone density naturally decline over time. And this is definitely a problem for women. Again, for the men's out there, I don't know if y'all have these same issues that women do, but women definitely have issues with loss of muscle mass and 100% definitely bone density over the years. And weight bearing activity, whether it's body weight or actual like lifting of the weights, helps with that. It will help you maintain muscle. It'll boost your metabolism. So yes, thank you very much for that. And it boosts your energy level. So do some of that. And that little, when I see this in my edits, I'm going to remind myself to put the times, like do this for this long and that for that long in the description. There's a lot of dough in these things. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. You know what? These last 2 I'm going to do a little differently. But yeah, your weight workouts, your body weight workouts for sure don't have to be long. The one that I just did is supposed to be 10 minutes. Like that's a 10-minute workout. So the times that I give you for that will make that a 10-minute workout. Now, I know you're like, well, how am I going to know if I do, the reverse things, crunches for 30 seconds. How do I know it's 30 seconds? I don't know. Sing happy birthday to yourself in your head halfway through each time. I don't know. I'm just going to give you the suggestions and you got to work it out on your own. But anyway, the point of that was it doesn't have to be this big, long, crazy, involved workout. Just be active and throw some weights in there. All right. While we're doing that, strengthen your core. And y'all, my nose is getting itchy now from this flour. Those things can obviously go together because that whole thing we just did, that's all core training. So if you strengthen your core, like it all starts in the core. So if your core is strong, everything is strong. And if you have a strong core, y'all, I promise you it helps with your balance. And as we get older, we do not want to have to worry about balance issues, falls, those kind of things. If you focus on doing activities that help you with your balance, those are definitely going to be beneficial in the long run. So things like yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates, any kind of core centering workout will be fabulous, will increase your stability and help prevent falls. Okay, now, this first little experiment's done. You know what I'm going to do? I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but I'm going to put some sesame seeds on a couple of these because 1, I love sesame seeds. And 2, I love sesame seeds. But I'm a little bit worried because they're going to be in this hot air fryer for the whole time these things are cooking. So I'm afraid they're going to get all burnt and crusty and charred and be awful. So I'm only going to do 1 of the half naked ones and 1 of the whole ones. I know, y'all are like, that is crazy. I know, stop it. But look, the meatballs are cooked all the way through, so it ain't like it's gonna be raw dough. So let me stick those in the air fryer. Let me wash my paws because I cannot stood this stuff on my hands. And I'll be right back, all right? So y'all hang on. All right, can y'all hear my air fryer? Sorry, it's really loud. But our meatball, they're like, what are they called? Scotch eggs, Dutch eggs, Scotch eggs. They're like Scotch eggs, but with meatballs instead of eggs and dough instead. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, they are in the air fryer. Now let's throw together these. Y'all, these brownies are embarrassingly easy to make. So I'm gonna throw them together while we're talking. Hang on. I need my 2 tablespoon measure. So 3 eggs. Much of this I just don't even measure. Teaspoon-ish of vanilla extract. A 1/3 cup of unsweet applesauce, and y'all, I'm gonna do it. I do it every time. Make sure that you get the unsweet applesauce, because if it doesn't say unsweetened, they add sugar to it. And first of all, there is no need to have sugar added to your applesauce, and it's just a bunch of extra calories you don't need, and applesauce is sweet enough. Sorry. I think that means it's halfway through cooking. I need to go look at those things and see what they're doing. But, so about a 1/3 cup of that. A 1/4 teaspoon, I am gonna measure this, because this could go wrong very, very quickly. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. No, don't do that over your bowl. What was I doing just then? See, that's why. Did y'all see me just dump that everywhere? That's why I don't measure over my bowl. And that's why I crack my eggs ahead of time too. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/2 cup of Splenda, and of course I use my monk fruit Splenda, so 1/8, 1/4, 1/8, 1/2 cup of Splenda. And y'all, often I will use like a coconut or a coconut palm sugar or something, but I'm just going to use regular white sugar this time because it's what I have and it's easy and it's the same number of points and calories and all that. So 1/8, 1/4, 1/8. So it's 1/2 cup of Splenda or whatever your 0-calorie sweetener of choice is, and 1/2 cup of sugar. And then it's 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Now, 2 tablespoons is 1/8 cup. 1/4 cup is 2/8 cup. So it's 3/8 cup. See how I did that math right there on the fly, right in front of you live? I know. 3/8 cup of cocoa. And I told y'all, I've been using, instead of the Hershey's cocoa, I've just been buying this Walmart cocoa, and my only complaint about it is that this container is like, oh, I didn't check on my things. Hang on. Sorry about that. So anyway, my only complaint about this is that the container is like cardboardy and cheapy. So I just dump it into this plastic container and it's all good. So anyway, I need 3/8 cup of this. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start whirring this up and then add that gradually. So while I'm doing that, let's get back to our list. And the next thing you need to do, I think, to stay fit, let me turn this on and see. I feel like I can talk while we're doing this. That's sketchy, let's not. Stretch. Stretch and stretch, and then do some more stretching. And those of you that have been around for a little minute, 1/8, 2/8. Know that I got myself all stove up because I hurt something, my back, my hips, something. And I did not stop working out and stretch it out and get it better. I just kept like trying to like work out through it, and it got worse and worse and worse, and it ended up being like my SI joint, my hips, my oh, I can't think of the one that goes down the side of your leg, my knee, like my entire left side was all stove up. I was miserable. Let me mix this a second. I was miserable all from not stretching. And the older we get, the less bendy we get. So the more stretching we need to do. So y'all stretch and stretch and stretch. So along with your balance and your core work, just do some stretchy work. That can come with your Pilates, your yoga, your Tai Chi, those kind of things. Hang on, I gotta check my things. We might be onto something over there. I don't know yet. Anyway, so I know it's a lot. And I know like I'm giving you you gotta do this and you gotta do that, but my next thing on my list is find activities that you enjoy. Because when you do that, it's not like somebody's telling you things to do, it's just somebody's encouraging you to do the things you like. Like me riding the bike. I've said this before. Hang on, let me count. I gotta do 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, not self-rising flour. So, 1/8, 1/4, 1/8, 1/2. Let me mix that, hang on. All right, I went ahead and put in the other 1/4 cup of flour whilst I was mixing. So let me mix this down. See how she's looking. But yeah, do activities you enjoy. Like, I ride the bike a lot, but I do it because I like it. I started only doing a normal, like regular people amount, like, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes a day. But whilst I'm out there, I can read a book, I can do a crossword puzzle, I can watch the news, I can watch my friends' shows on the YouTubes. So I can get lots of things done while I'm pedaling. So I enjoy it. So I just kept on, I was like, run, Forrest, run, ride, Danny, ride. So I just kept riding, kept riding, kept riding. So now that's something that I enjoy, so I do it. So find an activity that you enjoy doing. All right, I'm gonna mix this just a little bit more. Get some air into it. Oh, I think I can talk over that. You know what? I'll just step over here. We'll just turn this away because I need to follow my own advice and hydrate. This is the next thing on my list, y'all. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Hydrate like it's your job and you're trying to get a raise. You do not, trust me when I tell you, you do not want to get dehydrated. And staying hydrated helps your energy level. It will help you stay focused. It'll help you have lovely skin. It helps your digestion. Y'all, it's just so important for like all of the things of your body. Just stay hydrated, and I promise you, it's easier to stay hydrated than to get rehydrated if you get dehydrated. So pay particular attention to your hydration and your protein intake. We haven't talked about this in a little minute, but please be cognizant of how much, especially once you increase your activity level, you need to increase your protein intake. And this most definitely varies between men and women, and it varies with your age, with your size, with your activity level. So I'm not going to give you an amount of protein that you need to be eating, but there's lots of ways to figure it out. There are charts out there. There are calculators you can put your numbers into, but find out how much protein you need to be consuming, and please get enough protein. I can tell you for definite sure, on days that I don't eat enough protein, like if I'm just tired or being lazy or whatever, and don't eat properly, don't get enough protein, the next day my workouts are T-rash trash, and it is 100% attributable to that protein or water. Like if I don't stay hydrated enough, but protein. If I don't get enough protein, I just feel like trash the next day. So find out how much protein you need to be eating and get enough protein. And again, we haven't talked about protein in a little while, so if you're interested, let me know. We can do a whole thing on how to incorporate more protein into your diet. It's really not that difficult if you kind of know where to sort of slide it in on yourself, but please make sure you're getting enough protein. And now here are a couple of not as easy things to do, but things we have to be aware of. Sleep. Y'all, you need to be getting good sleep. Sleep is when your body repairs and recharges itself, and poor sleep can absolutely wreck your metabolism. It can lead to cravings and kill your motivation to do things. So y'all just try to focus on getting good sleep. And I hear a dog, oh, he's over there. It's like I hear a felon and I don't want to step on him. Try to get good sleep and try to manage your stress. I know that seems easier said than done, but chronic stress can spike your cortisol. I always want to say creosote, which is not right, can spike your cortisol levels, which affects your energy, can lead to developing and maintaining belly fat, mess with your sleep, which refer above to why sleep is important. So as much as you can, try to sort of control and maintain your stress. And I know it's not easy, but to try to do things that sort of help you decompress and de-stress. Like, I don't know, take a walk. And if you're thinking, well, when I'm walking, all I'm doing is thinking about all the things that drive me crazy. While you're walking, decompress, de-stress, listen to a book, and do not, for the love of all that's holy, don't listen to a book that's going to talk to you about the things that are stressing you out. Listen to a fun book. Listen to a book that sort of takes you out of your head. So do things that help you sort of detach a little bit. Like go, if you walk on the treadmill and that just makes you like this, go walk outside. Or, I mean, I'm not going to do this, but take a jog. Maybe start journaling. Do Tai Chi, do yoga, do something that's more sort of meditative, or meditate. Now, I can't meditate. I tried to do guided meditation one time and I ended up just yelling at the like meditation program, and the intern was like, maybe meditation is not for you, and he's not wrong. Meditation's not for me, but it is for some people. So maybe try meditating. I don't know. All right, y'all, that's it. That's my whole list. And now I'm just standing here talking to y'all instead of actually doing things, which I knew that was going to be a risk of trying to like talk and do. So I need to batch up these brownies. So I'm going to scoop them out by the tablespoon into my little like 1 bite muffin tins, and I'm going to bake them. I'm actually going to remember to tell you this time. I'm going to bake them for about 18 minutes at 350 degrees. Now, do not overcook these, y'all. If you overcook them the least little bit, they're gonna dry straight out. So keep an eye on them. So I'm gonna portion these out. I'm gonna stick them in the oven. I'm gonna grab our things out of the air fryer, and I'm gonna make my funnel cakes with this sweet dough and stick those in the air fryer. So when this stuff is all done and it's time for a taste test, I'll be back and we'll taste some stuff, all right? So let me get cleaned up. Let me get this stuff going and I'll be back. Check it out, friends. We have cute, tasty snacks. So we have our weird, I'm gonna try to get the camera to focus. We have our weird like meatball dough ball things. We have a delicious looking funnel cake and, 1 bite brownies. Now, I forgot to tell you, and this just reminded me of that. When you make these, if you take them out, instead of like dumping them out of the thing, if you take them out, like pop them out like this and like keep them like right side up and then set them down, it gets this like nice moist gooey top. But if you like just dump them out and flip them over, then the top like sticks to stuff. So if you make these, if you can, do them in one of like this. Oh, well, it's back in the oven with my second batch, but one of those like silicone like muffin tins, so you can pop them out instead of having to flip them out. So anyway, we'll get to those in a minute. I want to start, because I know the funnel cake's going to be good. I just want to eat some funnel cake. So that we'll do in a minute. I want to start with these. So hang on, let me get y'all closer. So here's this is the like half meaty ball that I put sesame seeds on, and look, my sesame seeds, they just toasted. They didn't turn to like scary burntness. You know what I should have done is anything but the kitchen sink. No, everything but the bagel. So this is a little dry. So that's for definite sure. But other thing I forgot to tell y'all is that I made a delicious marinara sauce to go with our meatball subs the other day, and it's just seasoned crushed tomatoes, but it's really, really good. So I'm gonna dip in that. Let's see what we get, because I don't even want to try this just plain old, because that meat just looks, because it was already cooked. And then I stuck it in the air fryer for a while. So let's see how this is. Hang on. It is both dry and showing potential. It's not even, I mean, it's dry, but not terribly dry. So that can definitely be salvaged. Hang on. Let me get a K-knife and let's cut one of these bigger ones. Let's see what's happening. Ooh, look at that. That is nice. Let's see what's happening in here. In here. Now, mind you, I just used the little tiny meatballs. So it made this like big old pocket of bread with like a little bit of meaty ball inside. So let me take out the meaty ball because I don't want to eat that like whole big old bread piece. You know what? I'm going to try it without the sauce this time. That is tasty. It's tasty, but it's much better with the sauce. That's good, y'all. We might be onto something here. Of course, I did the one with the sesame seeds, so now I'm going to have sesame seeds in my teeth. That's good. That is good. That's a good little idea. So it's the skinny pizza dough we made last week. And remember the marinara sauce we made to go on our spaghetti squash? It's that sauce. So it's really good. All right, that's that. These I know are good. These little one bite brownies, I already tore this open. I'm just gonna eat it. So good, y'all. Please keep an eye on these. I think these went right at about 18 minutes. As soon as they rise good, start really watching them. And every single time without fail that I make these, I make the mistake of doing the thing where you touch the top to see if they're done. Well, that ain't gonna work because the tops stay gooey, so stick you a toothpick in it. Those are good. And funnel cake. This is that same dough, but remember last week I was so excited to make a funnel cake and I forgot to put sweetener in my dough, so this time I put sweetener in my dough. I just threw it in with the flour before I mixed it up. Of course, I used monk fruit sweetener. I think I used a lot of sweetener too. It's like 4th of July on the Jersey Shore, y'all. This is good. I'm about to eat that for lunch. So, that is it. Those are my treats. You have my list of things to do to help you maintain your fitness after a certain age. Y'all, I know that was far from an exhaustive list, so let us know in the comments. First of all, gentlemen's out there, let us know the kind of things that you have to worry about. Like for us, for women, for the women folk, we have to worry about, one thing we 100% definitely have to worry about is bone density, right? So that's where the weight bearing and those kind of things. Does protein help with that? Whatever it is that we can do to help with our bones, keep our bones strong, help keep from losing bone density and muscle mass as well. So that's where the weight bearing body weight exercises come in. Gentlemen's, tell us the things that you have to worry about. And everybody, give us your tips in the comments, because like I said, I know that my list was not exhaustive. So let us know in the comments, what kind of things do you do to sort of keep up with your fitness as we're all getting a little not as young as we used to be? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for spending Independence Day with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos on this channel at the beginning of every week, with some book videos over on Fit Danielle Reads sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.